All right, so as we wait for people to come in, I'm going to be talking about the spy. Okay, I'm going to be talking about a lot of you know a lot of issues that people do have mentally. That's going to help. Okay, so the live stream is about helping the serious people succeed. So let's wait for people to come in. Hello, 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 serious people. Hello, Ash. Hello, Michael. Hello, TJS. So we're gonna have a very important live stream. Sometimes there's something I might say that might connect with somebody. With different ways I say something or explain something. That's the purpose of the live streams, right? To help. Hello, Dexter. Hello, 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 people. So this is a great live stream, especially for the people that are new. There could be a message that I say here that can help you. And again, I got some great messages for people who come to me as well. Hello, hello, Mez. So people, it's about this live stream. Everything sounds okay, people. Everybody hear me properly because this thing says the really funny things. Hello, hello, David. Hello, serious people. If you hear me good, okay. Good, 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 good. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the spy. I want to talk about what I look at and why I can talk about why the market does what it does. And again, there's a psychology that people have that makes them fail long term, and that's why I go mental. In the way mental illness is something that, especially in today's society, is more prevalent than ever before. And it's because I can say this with authority due to how many people I have met and I dealt with. And the issues are they don't really understand themselves. And so then you want to look at something like the market, which is a lot more complex for most people to understand, and especially with the news. And then it becomes more destructive for them. You know, it's no difference than I talk about a guy named the stock clown, right? And the stock clone is a great teacher in terms of mental illness, right? So I want to talk about the spy and I want to give a point about something. So let's talk about the spy quickly, people. So, back over here, right? The market was going down, and I said the market was going down for the wrong reasons. And one of the reasons why I knew this was that I look at the stock market I look at the scans or what shows up in my scans, right? And what was showing up and how stocks were acting, key stocks were acting, didn't justify the drop. The drop was happening due to, like I said, political issues, right? Now, the stock clown, people who want to say, yeah, I'm finally right, right? They're like, I'm right. You see, I told you the market's bearish, right? Only to get massively wrong. And that particular guy, gentleman, well, not gentleman, mental case, retard, hasn't made live streams, hasn't done anything because he's confused, right? Because he wants to think that he knows what should happen, right? The, if the market was something that was simple to understand, was logical, was something, then all professors, I said this, would do successful in the market. But it is absolutely no, it does not work. And I realized this long ago, that in order to win the market, you need to understand what is it really saying based on what everybody else is thinking, right? Because the reality is most people are going to lose in the market. When I talk about top 5%, reality is mentally most people don't have what it takes to succeed long term, right? And I can tell you that with authority by me managing people in the group. Just because somebody comes into my group, okay, doesn't mean they're going to succeed. who really succeeds is who sticks with it long term, right? If you can't stick to my rules and succeed long term in my group, right? There's many of those people who were in my group that I had to boot out. They will be losers in life, like I said to you, because I know what it takes to succeed. And I've proven it again with the kind of people who were successful that came into my group, right? It's a small bunch, just like a small bunch of people who will come to my live streams. It won't be a large amount of people because most people are too dumb to succeed. I'm just telling it how it is, right? And for your own good, I'm not going to lie to you and sugarcoat things and tell you, you know what, you're a smart person, right? Reality is, if you don't realize that you have issues that you need to deal with, and realize, you know what, I do make mistakes the PowerTarget Trade talks about. So then, how do you fix it? Well, you need a leader. You need somebody to tell you you're doing something wrong. You need to be told, hey, you know what? You got to wake up. Why are you making these mistakes, right? And that's what I do to people. Listen, if a person blah 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 blah, I tell them, did you follow my rules? No. Well, then why do you think you're losing? Do you think the market's easy? And listen, I never said the market was an easy thing. I never said it, right? But I do say that if you put in the right effort, the right if you have the right mindset, you can succeed. And that's what my group is for. It's to help the right people. And it's not for the majority, it's for the minority. You know, I'm going to give another analogy here, people. Okay, the workforce, okay? We need a lot of dum-dums. Here's the reality is that now, again, with artificial intelligence and computers and robotics, of course, the need for people is not as great now. So there's more pressure to the working class person to make a living, right? Now, to make money in the market, you got to be at a different mental level. If your mental capacity is weak, the market will rip you apart, guaranteed, right? How do I know this? I know this from deep experience, especially from the past, right? I said that how I got here wasn't an easy ride, and never, it wasn't, but from the consistency, from the work ethic, from my understanding of, you know what, even if you're right temporarily, you can be wrong temporarily, but if you are truly wrong, like the stock clown, you'll be wrong. It'll be apparent for years and months on end, right? With me, it's always a short period of time. Like when the market was going down over here, I was defending the market, saying of a comeback. I had a reversal plan, for example, B8, right? And of course, I was right. And it was the same time over here. There were people like, they were second guessing me. I was telling them, listen, people, the market's going down for the wrong reasons, political issues. What's showing up on my scans don't match up what the SPY is showing. So I'm going to tell you the facts, right? Again, I demonstrated leadership, real mental toughness, right? Do you think the average so-called no, okay, there are some people that are pretty good still out there. There are very few, but the majority, they're clowns. They're there trying to sell people baloney, right? And they can't make plans, or they'll talk about things when it becomes obvious, but when things aren't obvious, they're like, oh, they're talking about. I've seen it, right? I've seen services like I laugh at the problems that are out there, right? So Stock Clown, talks about, oh, not a lot of people come to your live streams. I go, listen, Stock Clown. Reality is, it doesn't matter. I'm talking to the few people that are smart. There was a guy, Freeland, I think his name, Freeland. I get his name wrong, but the guy came for the disc trade, right? Took my advice, sent me a gift, now became a member. I do these live streams for the few, the small percentage. If we were to hit 100 people in the live stream, that's still going to be a small amount of people, right? But it would be an improvement in terms of growth, of the smart. It won't be large numbers because it's not for the masses. The masses are dum-dums. The masses are to suffer, to work as slaves, cutting, sawing. We need the dum-dums, right? You can't have people. You can't have people like me, that just can make money with their mind intelligence, and then and living healthy lifestyle. First of all, you have to have the right mindset, right? Health isn't for everybody, it's for the minority. History has proven this, right? If we look at the majority of the rich, okay, the billionaires are, what is the percentage? It's less than 0.5% of the world people. So let's get real here. They want to keep people dumb, right? That's what the news is for, to keep people dumb, to keep them talking about what's not going to help them. I, on the other hand, want to help people the right way. So I would tell them the truth. Listen, you got to work. You got to stick to my plans, right? You gotta have the right account size. I gotta tell people the truths so that they can succeed, right? And it's a small minority. And what keeps this group alive, what keeps me doing all this, is the few that are smart. They contribute a lot. That's what keeps me going. It started with Shia, right? Shia was one of the things that got me to do all this. I wasn't doing live streams. I got the idea, inspiration by how much he was helped by what I was doing. And he was investing in all these other types of services and found my advice to be the best and wanted to work with me. And we had to work, there was, again, to be a leader, it's not for everybody. But he had the right, and to this day still is, doing the best he can in his lifestyle, right? So people, I'm going to talk about the SPY, and I've talked about the mental thing, right? So again, I defended the market. There's no doubt I defended the market. And again, I'm going to talk about the big picture of the SPY, what I saw in my scans, right? So, you know, we're going to talk about that a little bit later, okay? About the SPY. I'm going to talk about an Apple. I'm going to be talking about Apple and giving some advice to some people who might be new about one of the Apple plans. Okay, this is my ninth Apple plan. So let's pretend let's do an Apple plan here. Let's go over the Apple plan. We're going to do something different, right? For the smart that do show up to the live stream, I'm going to try this idea I have. So let's type out Apple, AAPL. Now I believe this stock's important, and I've said this many times. It's not the only stock I need to, but when it is cooperative with my what's it called? With my methods, with my signals, I take note as a positive for the market. Okay. Now back in January, Apple was not in the come on, load up. Yeah. So Apple was not in the mix. So I'm going to show you what I do inside of Power Trades a little bit. So what we do is we make a plan, right? So I'm not gonna write it out, okay? Because I'm gonna speak it out in this case. But many people, if you look at my videos, you see how I doc. So for example, I go into my options over here, and then I think about it. I take a look at all the options, and when I make a plan, I suggest options to the group, right? Now, lately, what I've suggested to the group, and we're going to take a look at this, okay? And we're going to talk about the confirmation right in here, okay? The confirmation and everything is still going to be managing what I say if I change my mind inside the group. But so let's talk about this. And by the way, Stock Clown, we hit 19 people watching. Again, you were wrong about how many people will come to the live stream. So Stock Clown always trolls me. Again, Stock Clown, you're wrong. You see, you've been wrong this SPY since 2016 due to mental issues because you are a loser as a margin loser. In other words, you were a loser long who has no skills, and now you take it out on the market by being mentally insane and always being bearish and wrong the big picture. Unlike me, as a true leader, I have defended the market since February 11, 2016, and I've been massively correct, smashing anyone to pieces that went against my words. To this day, I still do it. That enough said about that rant. Now back to Apple, people. So here it is. We're going to talk about this. So here I suggested to the group the July 200 calls right over here. Now today, here they are. Today they closed at 455. Okay. Now obviously we are still waiting for confirmation, and of course we will not go into this unless it confirms. So one of the confirmations that I say that I still think should happen is that we want to get above $275. So if Apple breaks $275, what we will do is engage in the 200 calls. Now, by the way, I have had 3 winning plans up into this one. So 2 backing back to back. So for example, we started with the 190s. I went into the 195s, and now we have the 200s. Now the poor little baby scalper Stock Clown only caught Apple over here and ran for his life on this day, where PowerTarget Trade made a plan and we caught the whole move here. Two winning option plans. Why can I do this? I'll explain you why. It's here. Mental understanding, understanding what the market is saying, making plans, and sticking to it. Right? When you have true understanding of the market, you are a leader, and then you can tell people and give people advice. When you're a stock con baby scalper, you can't do that. So you have to make things look good when it's just obvious. Oh, but he said it. Take the money and run. It was a little blip that he caught. Nice little guess he took, right? PowerTarget Trade, I look for what are real signals, and then I stick to my guns. This is why I win and stock clowns lose. It's here. Mental strength. What you want is somebody with real mental strength. Most people's mental strength is very weak, and I say most. Can it be strengthened with a leader? Of course it could. But you need somebody to lead you, to push you, right? To make you do the right things, to tell you, you know what, you dum-dum. You lazy. To kick you out, people come back in who are serious, right? I do this for the benefit of the people. If I think you're a lazy bum, I'm going to kick you out of the group. It's as simple as that. Gift or no gift. Out of the group you go, right? Because you won't succeed long term. My rules help you succeed. I give you a reason to work, to stick to this. Who does that? Nobody. No service will do that because they don't care. I want to do it the right way. That's why we started the gifts, right? I had a guy, I'll tell you something, people. We'll get back to the Apple plan. I had a guy, he wrote up a nice message, And again, it's mental illness, and that's why I have to check things. I helped the guy make money. Now, he happened to tell me I lost $10,000. I was going in bad groups. I need this PowerTarget. I need structure. So I provided structure. He came to the group. He made money. Came time for a gift. And his fear of, I can't send you a gift because my wife is looking at controlling my money. So you need to tell me, you have no, that means you can't explain to your wife that, this guy helped me make $3,000 that I wouldn't have had I not followed his advice and helped me. Again, remember I talk about men becoming feminine or weak. Okay, forget about, feminization of men, weakening of men becoming weak. Perfect example. Afraid of it. If you couldn't explain to your wife, listen, dear, I made a lot of mistakes in my life. But this PowerTarget Trade guy is giving me grounded. Guy's solid. I studied. Let's watch the videos together. I want to show you. Now, she didn't want to didn't want to look at that information, right, which I provide, make these videos. I do these live streams to help people. Because a lot of clowns out there are making them mentally weak, scaring them. That's all the stock clown does. Or stock twist. If you want to be scared, if you want to become mentally ill, you just become a regular Twitter follower. You'll go insane over there. I have to show something like what I'll prove my point here. I'll show you. Give me a second here, people. I'm going to show you something. We'll get back to the Apple plan. 23 people today, a stock clown coming in. Pay attention, people, because I'm here to help you. Okay, I'm here to help you, right? And I wanna prove something to people here. So stick. Is there any questions? No question. Oh, hello. Oh, stock market. Oh, guys, this is a great a great. All right, Curtis. Good man. Yep. Oh, great job, Eric, coming in. Stock market investing, guys. We got a smart. You know what? This guy here. I really like this guy's videos, Again, this guy here is I would say one of the best guys in terms of talking about the market in fundamental analysis. One of the best guys, stock market investing. And I'm so proud to have him wanting to come to my live stream. Someone like him, right? You go check out his videos, okay? Now, he's talking about fundamental stuff, but he's a good guy to listen to, honestly, because a lot of times some of his videos match up with stuff that I already saw already happening, because I'm a technical analyst, guys. I do something very different. But if there's a person who does talk about the market, it's this guy here, I can assure you. And one thing I have a good eye of who's good out there, right? This guy is really good. Uh, Check out stock market investing. I added you to my suggested video, Sandra. Check it out later. Is that to help me out, my friend? Sandra, hoping you are making bank. Of course, my friend, stock market investing, of course I'm making the bank, you know. But Stock Clown, I want to laugh at you. 24 people. We almost doubled the amount of people that you said were going to come. It was a good increase, you know. Yes, your videos will show up in my suggested. Oh, your videos, perfect. You know, yeah, anything to help me out because it's like you know, the way I make videos, it's not for the masses. It's really for, you know, the right kind of people. But you know, I have been working on my YouTube channel to get myself found better on YouTube as best as I can. It's not easy, but Twitter is one of the main things where I get found. I have a new technique, but anyways, and it's kind of working here with a 25 stock clown, 25 people. Stock clown doesn't like it. It's a dumb YouTube algorithm. Yes, your videos will show. It's a dumb YouTube algorithm. We got to talk about one of these days, my friend, because you're doing pretty good. Your YouTube channel is doing really good. But see, it's your videos. Your videos are very good. You make very good videos. You're one of the best. Change the category to education. The ads will pay you more. Yeah, I don't even care about the money, and you will get more subs. Change the category to education, and ads will pay me. Okay, I'll do that. I'll try that out. Change the description so people can find you. Yeah, we gotta talk. I'm learning it the most as I can, as best I can. YouTube, because I know what I have. You know, stock market investing is a lot of what I say. It's really I really smoke a lot of people out there. I would love to debate. I've said it, like I would love to debate the world record holder back in February, Carl Icahn, based on what I said about the market. I mean, I called the market against tough people. You know, I'm telling you the truth, people. On February 11, 2016, people think, even people that were following me thought I was nuts. And lo and behold, you know, we'll take a look at the SPY. I mean, I know what I'm talking about. That's why I have confidence I can lead the right people. 27 people. You're growing, bro. People are crazy excited about options in your option. Yeah, I know it's a matter of time. You know the reality here is this, people. The workforce is becoming very, very, very difficult. Here's my warning to you people, okay? Jobs are making people more, and the workforce is making people more crazy, more insane, like a stock clown, right? I can help a person, really, what I do and the work I put into this, and the system I created, and the what I can see, it's really top-notch level, right? And having someone like the stock market investing guy, okay, who makes the videos, if you look at his content, right, having him want to come to my live stream says it all, okay, because this guy is like another, is like someone underrated in my opinion in what he does. His channel should be, you know, should be a lot bigger. It's a lot better than a lot of other people out there. Way better information that he speaks. Okay, way better. Anyways, so back to the just quickly, people. I want to show you something here. Hashtag stock twits. Now, I want to show you this because I think stock twits is going in the way of the. So let's take a look at this. I'm going to go to the Twitter over here, and look what people go. We're in a recession. It may be a smart time to buy. Buy. Are you leaving? Did she? It just they make fun of people, right? And then my thing kind of, but there was another guy's that was really good, and it's gone now. His yeah, here it is. Look at this. Stock to it. It's got me like this. I don't know if can you see this, people. Can you see that? I'm gonna shift the light. See that? Look at that. Isn't that funny? This guy, the stock sniper, goes, stock twits got me like this. Stock clown. I said stock twits was going downhill, and in my projections, it's getting worse and worse and worse. And Twitter and YouTube is where the real guys are. You know, stock market investing guy is fully YouTube and is 20 times more useful than anything on StockTwits. StockTwits downhill. StockTwits and you StockCon are finished and through. Wait till we get to SPY 300 and let me talk about that. So let me move this away, people. Isn't that funny, people? Look at that. Thud, 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 thud. StockCon. And also people, Joe Lewis, how can I get the instructions on joining? Well, Joe Lewis, you got to look at. It's a good question, but you got to look on my Twitter, right? You see over here on my Twitter, if I move my thing, and just to make sure you see it, you're gonna see a pinned tweet, and you listen to that video, and you just listen to it very carefully, 44 seconds. And you'll get inside Joe Lewis. If you use your brains, I assure you, Joe Lewis, you get in. I'm about helping people. My YouTube channel is full of the proof. The Walmart video, check it out, right? Apple, all the videos I make documented, because I'm going to make a big noise when SPY hits 300. Now, let's talk about the Apple plan again. I'm great about the amount of people that came today. Yeah, that's right. And you know what? By the way, Curtis came back in, and you know what? I told Curtis, I say, Curtis, one of the reasons you weren't succeeding was here, right? And he understood that it's true. Mentally, he knew he wasn't in the right spot, right? And he's been a guy who's sent me gifts, but he was never balanced. Now I said he's back, and I hope he stays. Again, people, the market really does a number on people here, okay? And Shia will tell you this. Anybody will tell you. And then Shia even said to me, Sandro, it's really tough what you do. I couldn't do it. And that's why, he didn't really want to, get into it, get in it to me with this point. And it is tough because mentally, I had to figure out how do I get more to the right people, and that's how I figure out a new system. That being said, people keep paying attention. Success comes to the few. Remember, now listen carefully now. The success comes to the few, not the many. Now let me think about this carefully now. It's very evident. Do you think society wants to create highly successful people, or do they want more people to work like slaves, right? So you need the coffee maker, the guy serving the coffee, the construction workers, sawing, cutting, laying whatever, doing the hard work, hard, dirty, unhealthy work kills you work, right? A lot of these people, by the time they retire, unhealthy, they got the dollar bills, but they don't got the health. A different thing, right? Same thing with the lifestyle, right? How you should eat, how you should exercise. Most of the what is taught or explained really breaks you down. I mean, it was breaking me down. And to Power Trick Trade, I realized, there's things. I mean, I was able to always maintain a good physical ability. That again, I have, one thing I have over a lot of people is powerful discipline, right? I mean, you think at 47 years old, men look like me at 47, right? I'm 100%, like that's 100% natural. No help, no nothing, right? That's just by working and trying and studying and understanding the limits of the human body, right? Because the human body is very weak, where our body is so easily injured, right? So I got, never an injury where I needed a surgery, anything, nothing like that. And I'm always adjusting my workouts due to things I could feel, because the joints, our joints. Anyways, I don't want to get into that part, the health part, but I understand a lot. I have a lot of experience of how you have to change and all these different things. But the longevity of what I have, I still, I put to shame 30 years olds, 25, lots of them, majority of the population. Percentage of men like me, I'm the top 2-3% in the world, 3%. So you think I can teach? Yeah, I can teach the few, because the many won't listen anyways. They're going to be sick, and that's it, right? The healthcare system will always be a mess, right? Because it's designed to make money for the drug companies, right? That being said, people. So I was talking about the Apple plan, and we're going to be focusing on the July 19 200 calls, right? And the confirmation, again, I'm going to talk about it in the thing. I think Apple's important to watch, okay, here in the market. Let's see, any other questions? any okay, so stock twits is okay. See, stock market investing says stock twits is trash. Laugh out loud. Look at that. Society wants us to be slaves. That's how it's structured. You see, people. Now, even stock market investing is understanding my point. That's the reality. That's why I said success is for the few. Because listen, most people won't have the mental capacity to understand what I've just said, and I realize this. So I try to help those who might be just, if they hear the right words, I can pull them in and say, PowerTarget Trade, I can help you. I can help you make money, make money in the market, right? Build yourself up. I can do that. I can help you in your health if you want that. I prove it. I come and I talk one-on-one to people in a live stream. I make videos. I show myself doing stuff, right? I show what I'm physically doing, right? Some people will say, "Oh, hey, why don't you do some real?" Yeah, listen, my friend. It's not like I don't. It's not like I built that body because I was doing what you just saw on the thing, right? I did put myself through torturous exercise in the past. That's despite the point. But it's different when you're younger. As you get older, and if you don't do the right things to maintain, you will fall apart. And I'm not falling apart, as you can see, right? I am not falling apart. So I made adjustments, right? There's things we can do when we're younger, and we gotta do differently when you're older, right? It's just the same. But you will fall apart if you don't keep at it, right? If you don't have discipline, right? So basically, I got interested in the market because I understood at a young age, at 18, that working was not the way to go. So I worked in companies to make money, and I was always investment minded. I've been at this since I understood that I was 18 years of age. I told the story, right? You're getting advice from a leader, okay? I'm 47 now. At 18, I was studying the market. What do you think? You don't think I don't know a lot more than a lot of people out there? I'm the bridge between the old and the new world, okay? I'm a leader. I've proven this, right? Because my techniques are adaptive thinking. Always, the market is going to always change, right? I've said SPY 300 when the market was down, guys. Look at when the market was over here. What did I say? And I have this. Like, I can tell you this with authority. I talked about a SPY 300 coming because all the stocks that I was looking at, like for example BA, didn't match up what the market was doing. I said we are going down due to political issues. There was misunderstanding. And by the way, it's very clear that the market. Now, what would derail the market? Let's talk about something that that's true. And stock market investing will he made a video about this. So it's about Trump, right? So obviously the market likes Trump. He made a video about this. Yeah, right now that's true, probably stock market investing. But right now, what would derail the market? Well, the scary thing is this. Let's say something was to happen to, if you're new here, Sandra's, thank you, my friend. That's right. Curtis has been following me a long time. But Curtis, why don't you share a little bit to people? Is it true about what I say about the mental issues people have? Now, Stock Clown has a lot of mental issues, people. Again, one of the reasons why he's always bearish the market. Let me tell you reason. And I told it, I said I want to have a debate with the Stock Clown. The Stock Clown ran for his life. He didn't want to come to my live stream, Stock Clown. We hit 26, 28, 26 people, Stock Clown. You lost every week. You've been calling it wrong for my live streams. Stock Clown. Anyways, people. My live streams are for the smart. They are not for the dumb. Okay, the dumb won't come. It's the serious one, like that Freeland guy. That guy came to the live stream. And by the way, he's made money. He sent me 2 gifts. 500 bucks, and he doesn't have a big account. I do it for people like this to help the people that want that change. That realize, you know what? I need a different approach. I need a different guidance. I need somebody who's real. PowerTarget Trade. Listen, people, I make the life. I do all these videos. documented proof of my work over and over and over again, the mindset, how it works over and over and over. But it's work, people. I never said this was easy. I said you got to go through the rain and the sun. I make all these videos. I do this to help people. I tell it how it is. I never sugarcoat anything. I kick people out if they don't think. I don't back down on a person. Listen, if a person is serious, I bring him back in. I am the most fairest person, but when I know there's mental issues, a person is gone. Can't help them. They're going to be a slave worker. They'll come back to me. They'll cry, wah. Their health will be down the tubes. I already know the majority are going to go down the tubes. They're going to have a painful old age. Weak, sick, drug old age. PowerTarget Trade, you're going to be seeing me 60. I'm going to be rocking it. That being said, Trump, yes, you're tough, but there you go. There you go. You know, Curtis. There you go, people, right? And I'm tough. I'm tough for a reason. Because if I wasn't tough, in my group, I'm tough. I tell people to wake up. Why ain't you this? Why ain't you that? Why? Because I know the weak will fall. Bye-bye. Out you go. Someone else will come in. Here or there, right? It's for their own good. I warn people all the time, if you don't follow my rules, if you can't keep up, if you're not going to focus, if you're not going to handle the sun and the rain, believe me, you're going to lose long term. There is no sunshine all the time. It's never the case. It's never been the case. But the sunshine will come if you keep at it. Do you think it was a sun? Do you think, people, it was a sunshine for me over here when I know I was right and the market was going down and I knew I was right? But the sunshine came with 5 winning BA plans. Stock clown! Well, he's been shorting wrong since 200. Stock clown. You come and debate me here, everybody will be stomping on your head. That's why he's chicken and won't show up to stock clown. I would love to debate some people. I'll debate them and I'll win hands down. That's why they don't show up. The stock clowns always run for their life. Now, yeah, okay, at the highs incoming overnight in the futures. Yeah, well, futures are listen, let's talk about the stock market investing. So in my scans, people, what I found was a lot of stocks look like they want higher. I, on the other hand, still very picky. So I still think that Apple is the best focus right now. We have plans, right? There are a lot of stocks that can do well. That is what I'm seeing in my scans. And when I see that in my scans, and especially with the market, the SPY 300 is coming. So what would stop SPY 300? Something happening to Trump, we'll say. This is the reality here. If something was to happen to Trump, I believe the market is already factored in that Trump is going to be elected. This is my factor, right? Whether you like Trump or not, I'm not getting into political. But stock market investing will probably know that there's something to do. He had a video about Trump. Now, I didn't need that video to figure out this already. But what I'm saying is that his video is just more proof of what I knew all along in my scans. That right now I believe the market is geared that Trump's going to win and we're going 300 and perhaps even higher, right? I don't really care. What I do care about is getting it, do my plans trigger, and that's what they keep doing. When plans can trigger and when things look good on my scans, and I'm very picky, right? We don't need a lot of stocks. Most stocks suck. That's why the stock clown can have a bit of a field day, because most stocks suck. Reality is, people, most stocks suck. Apple does not suck, right? So if you're trying to short Apple being like a stock clown, of course you're going to be wrong. BA doesn't suck. These are solid companies. They have their problems here and there, but they don't suck. Neither MasterCard, all this stuff. So I focus on what works, and I'm able to pinpoint it and make money like we did with Disney, right? To this day, Disney, by the way, people, to this day, here's to show you how I smash and destroy stock clowns daily. The stock clown, I have it documented, right? Shorted here. It's called me I told people to go long here. Freeman took the money, made money. He didn't manage it properly. To this day, Disney is $140 stock clown. He says, I'm lucky that I call the no stock clown. I got the skill you donkey. Yeah, I don't know. Let's ask stock market investing. What's your opinion on Trump? Because what's your opinion on Trump stock market investing? Disney, yeah, Disney can go higher. Definitely can go higher. But she ain't easy. I'm gonna be watching it a bit more. What do you think stock market investing on Trump? Because he made a good video. I know you don't like Trump. You know what? I don't care about Trump either. I'll be honest with you. I don't care. Trump is a clown. That's fine. That's okay. Because I'll tell you what, people. You know what? It's the market what makes the difference, right? Still the market's doing well, people, and you know what? So to me, the market doesn't care is not bearish of Trump though. That's the good news. So let's listen to stock market investing here. So Trump, he wants the Fed behind him. The market is pegging a 100% probability of a Fed cut during the next meeting. Okay. So what else? Because when it comes to this guy here, when it comes to this fundamental stuff, is we don't need Trump or any of those clowns. We need winning plans. Okay, fine. And that could be the case, and let's hope that's the case, because what Trump said was that if he wasn't elected, that there would be a crash in the market. And again, it's beautifully, in a way, the market is set that that could happen, right? It could happen, right? That's not what the market is saying right now. In my opinion, I look at the scans, the market is not saying that. So Fed already behind as today's news. That's right. Stock political news has become noise. The market is ignoring it until it really matters. Trump mentioned impeachment today on his Twitter. If he got actually impeached, could you imagine? Yeah, I don't think they want to impeach Trump anyway. So again, you know what? I don't even care. Listen, I'm not going to get involved in politicals. All I'm saying is that it seems to me that the market doesn't care. It doesn't care about, or Trump isn't impacting the market negatively, not by what I'm seeing in the scans. There was problems, but then we could it could be just normal. This is how the market has to do things, right? It has to trick the majority, and it's done a good job. It's done a really good job. Trump mentioned political show. Clinton got impeached, and the market flew after. Right. So there you go. You see, people, and again, people, I said to you, I am not a listen. This one thing I learned is not to try to understand all the fundamentals. I really don't. I really don't focus on the fundamentals. Or I find that Trump is fun to watch. When you see him, you can laugh at what he says. I like how he's so. At the end of the day, people, all I care about is one thing. I care about making money in the market, doing the right things, doing what with my techniques that work. That's all I know. Is what I studied. It works, like it blows my mind of what I created, and it was created out of hard work, teaching people, doing all this. Really, like a lot of stuff, a lot of my validity came from also working, teaching Shia, working with Shia, showing him, going through things, showing him this and that, showing them, the importance of consistency and all these things. And I kept on my systems kept showing me how correct I am if I could just focus on the best parts of what I look at, and everything I do is consistently able to win. While people are clueless, so many market gurus are being wrong. Carl Icahn can afford to be wrong, guys. He's a billionaire, right? And a billionaire like Carl Icahn can afford to be massively wrong, and it won't matter. He'll still win. See, Carl Icahn won't help you, right? Like Carl Icahn didn't help people in their Apple investments. He called it a no-brainer, but then bailed on it, right? So Carl Icahn can afford to be massively wrong and still, so he can't help you. It's not about the money a person has, it's how is their advice over time helpful. That's my message for you. It's got nothing to do but other than how impactful is the information help you make money, right? Right? If you know what I mean, like, and so that's why I tell people that you do need a certain amount of money to make money in the market, but you need a structured system, which I have, and I know that if you work with me, you will succeed. You will be sending me gifts, and you'll be happy to do so. But if you put in the work, obviously, if you do not, that's a different story. That being said, yeah, how quickly the scan will pick the changes days we. Here's the problem, Mash. Here's the problem. It's not that simple. In other words, even for me, what I realize is this. So that's a good question, Sam. So here's why I realize that it's impossible to pick up everything. It's not possible, and that's the mistake to make is to make it is to just follow the rules. So this is a good question Ash asked me. So let me explain to you this. As the SPY was going down, right, my scans did not support that. But it's like, what's going on, Power? Things aren't working out, right? I go, I know this market is bearish. It doesn't, it's just like over here. It was no difference than back over here, right? Except it was worse over here. So I showed the retracements as one factor, but it wasn't just the retracements that were bullish, that we didn't even hit 38.2%. It was what's in the scans. And of course I was right. Look at what we reversed, how quickly. The stock count has been baffled and quiet in the mouth, taking the money and run. Doesn't know what's going on, right? Someone smart like stock market investing knows more because he's better fundamental. He understands, even from his fundamental analysis, he's doing what a lot of people can't do. The videos he makes, a lot of people can't do what he does. I know that. That's why I'm happy to have someone like him come to my live streams or give me validation, because this guy's channel is good. That's why I will say listen to his videos, you know, because this guy thinks more. He's kind of like me in an adaptive thinking manner, but he does it explaining it through videos to people, right? I do it more with plans and structures and looking at it. So we would be a very well a good team of helping people mentally, really, because he likes my stuff too. I'm pretty sure any stock I would recommend, he would want to get into. I don't know if you like Ruko, for example, but for example, Ruko was a stock we were into. You see me talk about Disney. He saw that. He realized I was right about it too. I just put an option plan, and we were able to make money with the options right away, right? I saw it. We went in, and that was it, right? To succeed in the markets, you have to think, and rethink. There you go. I tell this to people, right? That's what I do all the time. I'm always thinking, adaptive thinking. I'm always thinking. But I love it though. Then I put my energies into my health and well-being. So I focus on the two problems people have: make money. I don't want to make money working, like in construction or working sawing. I did work for companies. I was always working to get away from companies. See, that's a different stock. I always worked away. I was working. I was. I had to call brokers on a phone, and I was still was able to make money with $90 commissions. Can you? People don't know what kind of skill and knowledge I have behind me, and the work ethic I had. I was paying $90 to trade futures back in the day, calling a broker on the phone and just listening to quote numbers and making a decision. And still was able to. Some brokers, well, how did it? But it wasn't for me. What I fell in love with was I was always in the market, and I was looking, why is something working? And from under trying to, that's what I knew is how I figured what I'm doing. It's it's able to go through what's complex, and I look at what is making sense, not what doesn't make sense. So I throw out what doesn't make sense and I focus, and what makes sense is very hard. And if what makes sense falls into my scans, guess what? We've got a bullish market. If things don't look good, that's why I was bearish temporarily. I talked about a pullback, and it really did pull back the market, right? But it also showed up on my scans. But it won't mean that it always shows up perfectly, that there won't be some failures that come into play. Just like what happened over here. But I wasn't wrong. In other words, if my scans, the market is so difficult and more powerful than ever before, more difficult than ever before, that no matter how powerful a system is, it can't catch everything. It's not possible. And anybody that says it is lying to you. But there are warning signs. Sometimes, Ash, there are warning signs. There are enough warning signs, and I will know which we can avoid stuff. Oh, yes. Not always, though. The reality is, I'm being truthfully honest, because that's why I had difficulty, because I knew that we were bullish, but I couldn't understand. I go, but it's not. Stuff's confirming still, and then it would back off. And then, of course, I knew I was. And then when I got the validation when the market moved, you had to understand how much validation I felt. I said, you see, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I say you got to stick to your guns. If you don't keep working your system and growing from what works, and you're changing your mind here and there, you will become a broken person like the stock clown. Believe me, he's being broken, smashed to bits, smashed to pieces, the stock clown. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. Lulu is, yeah, I know. You see, this is my point. Everybody's telling me about stuff that's good. I know. It's just that I gotta pick and choose, right? It's good. Lulu is good, but is it going to be the best in terms of making money in an option play is another question. So I have to make these decisions, right? But see, people are telling me about stocks, and that's my point. I see it. I see that. That's why the market's so bullish. That's why I can clearly tell people SPY 300 is coming. Unless, again, some political issue, something ridiculous comes out, which the market's not saying is there. The way the market is talking to me now, SPY 300. And it's going to be documented in this thing, right? There is no other way. It's if unless some mental thing was to happen, like which of course nobody, something crazy was to happen. That would be the only thing that would derail the market, but not because the companies aren't doing well. Ask stock market investing. Are companies doing well? The right ones, and he'll tell you yes. He's got fundamental information to tell you that, right? They show up on my scans. I don't need to know that, but I'm saying his videos validate a lot of stuff I say. That's why he's good, because it validates it on a fundamental analysis, on a different view, because he looks at the market a little bit different than a lot of other fundamentals. A lot of fundamental guys don't look at it like him. He looks at things better, in my opinion, a lot better than a lot of people out there. Yeah, Ruku at the highs. I mean, look at our former stocks. They're still doing well, stock on. How come you can't? Why does my stuff? I should say, why does my stuff keep doing well, stock on? Why is that? Come on, chicken. You'll be decimated. 1024. Look at everything I talk about. Look at. That's why I'm a leader. All the stock clowns, they won't show up. They'll be persecuted by me. Wait till SPY 300 comes. Ooh, the plans I have to squash a lot of people out there. Yeah, Amazon isn't easy though. Amazon may be looking good. So knowing all this, people, I'd rather stick with Apple, right? I'd rather stick with Apple. So I got another plan in the group for Apple. That'll be my 9th plan with 7 winners under the belt. Because one was a failure due to the market conditions, for the wrong reasons. I wasn't wrong. It was just the temporary thing that could happen, right? There was a China scare, that's what caused that. But I knew there was going to be. I have said that there was an opportunity. I followed up with 3 winning plans. This one here, high odds it will be a winner as well, Stock Clown. Your little baby scalp, I get 3 big winners. No comparison, Stock Clown. Again, I'm for the smart. You want to get into power group trades? Listen, go to the pinned tweet on PowerTarget Trade. Follow the instructions. It's not simple, but if doing a bit of an interview, I know if I believe if you're getting in my group, that means you have a chance for success. But then you still gotta stay in my group. You gotta be able to make it. Not everybody does, right? They're stock clowns. They're weak in the mind. They're gonna fail in life. They might come. They always come back to me. Eventually, I've had a lot of people come back, but then they may fail again. Remember, people. Listen carefully to my warning. Success is for the few. Listen carefully. It's for the few. Do you want to be like the many? Sick, weak, killed by your job? Well, you just keep working. Cut, saw. Don't worry about the warning. PowerTarget Trade. Do you have money? You want to have multiple incomes? Right. Again, to my group, PowerTarget Trade. I'm here to help people make money. Free. You come in free. You know when you send me gifts? Because I make you money. If you follow my rules, you're not making money, no gifts you send. But I know people make money who follow my. The problem is you've got to follow my rules, right? You've got to get into the right plans. You gotta go in the right amount of contracts per your account. Okay? When you break my rules, you're gonna lose. Too bad. You can't lose if you break my rule. I've done my statistical measurement. I know what it takes to succeed. Through the rain and the sun, you got to go through the rain. You got to put in the work. But I guarantee you, I will lead you to success. You'll be smiling in the end. I can help you on all metrics in life if you want it. If you don't value your health, that's fine. But at least you can't say the PowerTarget Trade didn't warn you about your health, right? Because a lot of people out there don't have a clue what they're talking about. And I'm continuously studying and studying. Studying. So I can lead people to metrics better than anybody else out there. Health and wealth, better than anybody else. I can help people make more money than they can afford to invest in working maybe one-on-one for me to help them be the best they can be as a coach, right? If they want it, right? I make the specific time for this right people, right? And it would cost you absolutely nothing because you'll make the money to do it. But you got to work, right? Reality is there's no easy road, right? Success is for the few, not for the many. Most people are going to suffer, work, cut, saw, most, right? Then you got the smart that want to change. They do what it takes. But then I tell the smart, don't forget to invest in yourself. Don't look at making money to buy a Ferrari. Make your body a Ferrari. Right? The car, if you're buying a Ferrari, don't buy a Ferrari at the expense of your health. Health number one, then comes the materialistic stuff means nothing without your health. Ask Steve Jobs. He built a boat. I think it was $1 billion boat or something that never sailed on it. It don't matter if you don't have your health, right? Materialistic things don't mean anything. They really don't. That's another message. Just want to try to tell people. I make money in the market not for materialistic things. Okay? No. I make it so that I go and invest in my health, that I have the time to live life on my terms. To take breaks here. Like to me the market is a mental exercise in discipline and helping people. But then I put it into my health, right? I go, like I tell people, I go for massage therapy every week. I go for that. I invest in that. A lot of people who have gone to the gym, when I go to the gym, there was a guy, he tells me, he goes to me, I can't afford to do that, and in his mindset, he's not, and yet he could, but the point, their mindset is not on their health. I don't want to spend money on that. What can I say to you? Because you can do a lot of self stuff if you want, right? Tapping is good, all that stuff. But there's something about somebody going into your muscles that's really good, that I find. I like doing self massage as well. Muscles, we need all that stuff. The body needs a lot of attention, and that's what a lot of people are not mentally geared to understand, that the body needs a lot of health attention. Agree with agree with yourself, sir. You share valuable suggestions always. Thank you very much. Health first, health is wealth. That's right. But I use the market, people, um, as a tool so that I had control in my life, right? So didn't don't want to work for people. Like, I had that understanding 18 years of age, people. 18 years of age. I was like, I got this thing in the mail. We got things by the mail back then, right? There was really no internet. And it talked about investing, and I looked because I was doing investing, but I was taking investing advice from, you know, you get these flyers in the mail back then, a lot of, and it was John DeSauer. I told the John DeSauer story, and I made my first investment, and I made 100% in a stock by taking the advice of that particular gentleman, and I fell in love with the market. Then I said, you know what, that's the way to go. I go, I'm going to work, and if I can continue to make 100%. Lo and behold, I found out it wasn't as easy as I thought. I would, you would think that, okay, just simply invest and take this guy's advice. Lo and behold, I realized that this guy wasn't as good as he said he was, or his methods, right? Lo and behold, I started wanted to learn how to, and then again, was learning from other people, but they all had weaknesses, right? Um, they were doing it more for monetary gains for them, right? No one would give you help back then, like what I was. There was no such thing as a what we have in social media, or what I'm doing right now. There would be no one. In fact, there was no one out there, even if you paid them hundreds of dollars to go into the thing, would they have been as helpful as my plans that I'm making right now that are free? And it's scary because a lot of people are so clueless that they couldn't even. That's why my chat, like I put a chat, if I put a videos there, they're there for people to see now. If a person comes to even my live stream, I tell people how to look at my channel. Look, but only the few will pick it up. Right? Ash picked it up. Look, Ash is a perfect example. She came, she did exactly what I said, and percentage-wise is one of the most successful people, percentage-wise, that I've seen at a geometrical speed, you know, ever. And it just proves what I'm saying. If a person really listens to my studies, what I'm saying in the channel, puts in the effort, they're gonna succeed. I mean, she puts me, that it's people like her that come into the group that keep this going. It's the small minority, because I said to you guys, it's a small group, and it will always be that way. It's, again, success is for the small, and that's what I'm really gearing myself for. Is for that those few that will catch on. Yeah, but see, I don't care about you. You could, but Beyond Meat, but BYN. See, I don't. That is that stock is like, you know like, this is a guessing game. The stock clown was guessing it's going to go down, and as you can see, right, and it's all on the hype, right? This is a crappy company, for example, and this is the kind of company the stock clown will get. You see how it rises. Obviously, it's going to fall one of these days, right? Once people, I don't know. But right now, they're selling. This is a very bad company, right? Because this is making money off of really killing the health of people, right? There's like a lot of there are bad companies out there. So I don't even want to make money off of this. I don't want to make money off of this shit like that, because there's a lot of other better companies that I can make money with. You know, I don't like certain companies, honestly, what they stand for. This is a good. So yeah, it's gonna fall, but it's gonna fall. You just gotta. It's like you're taking a shot, and you put an option, and but you don't need to make money that way. I guessing like a stock clown, this will fall, stock clown. This is a stock easy. This is a crap company, stock clown. But I'm not gonna guess when it's gonna fall. I don't want to play that way. What I do is I go in what makes sense to me, that I can prove over and over again, make money with skill, not guessing. People, guessing doesn't work. Guessing will kill you mentally. I guarantee you. You'll get lucky a couple of times, but those luck runs out. Skill doesn't. Remember these words I'm going to tell you, people. Luck runs out, skill doesn't. That's why I have so much documented proof. It's I smash anyone to pieces that doubts me. Smash them, bankrupt them. I got it. I got the proof. You can't beat what I'm saying. And I don't need to. I'm telling you with authority. I am so convinced that I have a system that will make money forever as much as I want. And I'm only getting better, and the market is getting harder though. Getting harder though. It's baffling a lot of pros out there. Now there's some good people out there. We got the stock market investing guy. The guy on the fundamental analysis of stuff. He's helpful. Right? But what I do, my scans kind of do what he will. Some of his stuff that he's making is already, and it just validates what I'm seeing. He explains it better, and that's his forte. That's not me. I'm not gonna try to make videos like him because that's his forte. I don't like making those type of videos. See, we all have different fortes and strengths. His strengths making good fundamental videos, explaining things about the market, and I praise him for that. And then I praise to have that kind of guy in the group because if he wasn't good, I wouldn't praise him, right? Why would I want to? I'm not going to praise what I think is not good. I praise him because I think he's good. I think he's good. Like there's a lot of good things he says that's helpful to people. I think me and him would be a good team. If he wants to help people that way and then have people know about me, then they come to my live streams, they get them to my group. I help them make money. We make success stories. Like Ash. Every time there's a success story, that's why I posted some of those things, right? I'm all about people making money for the right reasons, not like a stock clown guessing being wrong. Yeah, but it's not math what I do. I'm really using simple math. Fibonacci is a tool, but it wasn't Fibonacci only. It was just one tool. It was what my scans show and my experience of what shows up in my scans. It's a lot of work because when you look at stock charts, Ash, like I've done, you got to understand that I've been at this since 18 years of age. 18 years. I had paper charts, okay, and I was updating charts, okay, starting with commodities because commodities, you could get you would follow sugar, corn, British pound, Japanese yen, and I started with charting through. I would get a paper. I was so into the market, like that's how I was working and getting it out in the market. Calling on the phone on my breaks, trying to place trades. I think about what I was doing and what I have, the tools I have now, and the opportunities are enormously 10 times better now than back then. I was like flying in the blind and still doing well. But anyways, I would update. I would have the audacity. You're up against a guy who, if I tell you you're gonna fail, believe me, you're gonna fail. You won't have a prayer if you don't stay in my group. The work I put in, I would update the charts by hand, stock clown. By hand. Open. I would go to the thing and I would follow certain stocks like corn and thing, and I would update the charts manually by hand. That's how dedicated I was. I get the charts and update them by hand, make decisions. Look at the charts waiting for pattern, and I started that way. But then I went into stocks and I went through all kinds of different studying. There hasn't been a year, I'm going to be honest with you guys, there hasn't been one year, every week, I've been at this market. So that's why I know I'm better than a lot of people out there. They don't even come close to my work ethics. And I've been the same way with my health. When I would be finishing my work at companies, I'd go to the gym. I don't even know how I did it. I would go to the gym tired, still getting my thing. I'd still keep going. Where most people would fall apart. PowerTarget Trade, grind it through. What I couldn't believe, I think about the stuff I did. It was like, wow, no wonder I'm a damn leader now. Because I went through no one that could help me the way I could help me to people now. No one. You have to pay top dollar, and the advice was horrible. Horrible. That's why I tell people success is for the few. Even when you have someone like me telling it how it is, grinding it out, making the plans, dealing with difficult people. But it was worth it because I met some really great people. I make these live streams and I tell people to study. Everything I'm telling you, if you can understand what I'm telling you, you see that I'm giving you the truth. This is work. There is no easy ride. There is no magical thing. But you got what I have, the skills I have, how I look at the market is on another level. I'm smashing clowns to pieces out there. Stock clowns, experts, you name it. Mash them. People were calling, there's so many confused, they were calling for a market crash in 2014, 15, 2016, 2017, like the stock clown, 2018. It's always the same thing. And here we are, SPY 300, and PowerTarget Trade has been right ever since. The most correct guy there is on Twitter is PowerTarget Trade. There is no one out there more correct than me. Nobody. Absolutely no one who has it documented like I have. They are clowns out there. Clowns. I know I beat anybody plan for plan. No word because it's too the work. It's the work ethics I had. Now I when I look at I go through a scan and what I can see in 10 minutes. Okay, some people that couldn't see in 2 hours of study. I'm so fast, like a computer, like a supercomputer, looking at stuff and understanding things. I already know things so quickly, and then I make my decisions from my experience. And when you have somebody without work ethic, you really think you're going to beat them, Stockholm? You're going to be a sick old man, and I'm going to be thriving still, laughing and telling the stories of you down in the gutter. Stockholm, right? Down in the gutter, you're going to be. I'm going to be rising to the skies with the right people. I have no doubt. I know how to live. I have the right mindset for success, and I have the right mindset to help the right people. The right people. The majority, they're going to be sick, right? They want people to be sick. Listen, people, there's more money in illness, right? You have people at hospital stays. There's tons of money. That's why the system is broke, right? Health is hard. Health is work. You gotta pay attention to it, right? The human body is weak. The human body easily to destroy the human body. It's so easy. It's so easy to gain weight. Okay, to gain weight, it's a joke. To stay healthy and lean, it's a discipline. It's a lot harder, right? It's way harder. To get sick and fat, it's simple. It's not hard, right? It's not hard. It's very simple. You just eat a lot, right? Eat a lot. Drink a lot, eat a lot like a clown, right? Like the stock clown's doing right now. And you get sick very quickly. I can destroy my body very quickly, guys. 1 month doing the wrong things and PowerTarget Trades finished. It's so easy to destroy the human body, but to keep it healthy, it's like building a building, people. When you build a building, you see how it takes time to erect the building. You got all these people, but to knock a building down and take it apart, it's always harder to build than it is to destroy, right? Thank you very much, Eric. Millions have been eating plant. Yeah. So here's the thing, people. About the BYND. Meat's not the problem, people. Um, Meat's not the problem. Um, let me tell you from experience. So I fell into the vegetarian trap many years ago, and I thought that meat was the problem, right? And it's not the problem. I started going downhill, and my strength went downhill. I thought I was detoxing. It wasn't detoxing. It was my body rejecting a lot of the stuff. I did all that stuff, guys. As soon as I went back to eating meat, right, the strength came back. I remembered how I was so much stronger. The problem was, like I said, that the amount of the way we eat. So as a guy trying to build up, we're told we need to eat 6 times a day, right? So as a guy working out, I would be eating 6 times a day. Now I would have protein shakes and I would eat, and so I did that at the time many years ago because, and of course my body could handle that at younger ages, right? But I was never happy. I wasn't the way I wanted to be. I thought there was something, so I gotta work out hard. The way the information was set up there is for people to get sick, really. And I started, so that's why when I started second guessing the meat. It wasn't the meat; it was the eating frequency that was the root cause. That's simple as that. The eating frequency. If you eat, obviously, if you want to build up muscle, okay, and be big, right? Obviously, the eating frequency will help you do that. But at the same time, you can also gain a certain amount of fat, right? Unless you're using some things that help you burn things up more. The 6 times a day really works for enhanced athletes only. So if you're enhanced and you're trying to get your body weight to 200, 220 pounds, 240 pounds, right? Really large. Those guys are all enhanced, right? Because me at a natural level, if I start hitting 200 pounds, I start feeling ill. I don't feel well. I start deteriorate. I gain. If you see me in videos, people, you're seeing me, especially 2008, you're seeing me at 175 pounds. 175 pounds, right? If I go above 190, right, I'm going to be fatter at 190, right? And I start to feel problems. The inflammation goes up in my body, right? So I figured out very quickly that the body weight is a problem. We weren't designed to be, we want to have muscle, but too much muscle is just as bad as being overweight. It's not healthy, right? So anyways, so meat's not the problem. The problem is eating frequency. In fact, not eating meat is unhealthy, in my opinion. Eating meat makes you strong. I've been eating meat, and my eating frequency has changed. So how I change, in other words, I talk about fasting. Now fasting alone doesn't work because if you're fasting and you're not exercising, right? When we exercise, let me give you a tip here, people. When you're exercising, think of it this way: you're telling your body to retain muscle. Okay, so when you're in a fasted state, it's all hormones are coming in, right? So at a fasted state, and I exercise, by the way, I'm exercising in a fasted state. I work out way better than in a fasted state. Now, maximum muscle size. Can a guy who fasts build the biggest? Obviously not. But can you still build? Yeah, I can still gain weight. Believe me, people, to gain, I can eat enough even in a couple of hours to gain weight. Not in a bad way, but easily gain weight. I can take my body weight into the 190. That's why I start to that's why I know I decided that, you know what, that's it. I've built myself to the point where all I want it can do is refine it better or strengthen it better, but in no terms do I want to be any bigger, right? I'm not big at all. Like I said, what you're looking at in the videos is about 100 right now, 184 pounds, because I'm not as lean. In order to be a lot leaner, I need to go down 4 pounds. I will look even better, and I will be bigger. In other words, if I'm 9% body fat at if I'm 9% body fat at 178 pounds, I will have gained 3 pounds of muscle. And I definitely, and I can tell I'm big. I'm going to show that I made some improvements. To make improvements as you're older is more complex, is harder. And I did that with a very different protocol of eating. Did not do it the old way. I did it with the new way that's focused on health. And I eat plant-based foods as well, right? I eat everything. I don't I don't believe in that. There's the keto, all this bull crap. That there's so many ways to be lean, but the problem is that is the lean going to cause you to get healthy, weak, sick, and reality is, people. I've been doing what I've been saying now, and I keep doing it, and I've continuously felt I'm feeling better and stronger. I'm older, people, and it's been now about a year and a half of a very different approach from my deep experience of trying so many things. So I know that Beyond Meat isn't about health. It's about making money through baloney propaganda, like everything that's taught out there. Okay, education system is more for making money for the for people to make a living off of than it is for people to become successful. Okay, so I don't want to get into that, but there's a lot of problems with this. So someone like me is very well needed in the market, a leader like me to help the smart people to realize, who smart enough to realize that, you know what, if I don't go get off the mainstream kick, I'm gonna go down a bad road like everybody else. Right? But it makes money. See, in the end, it's all about making money, right? And people don't care if they make money through killing people's health, right? Beyond Meat is nothing but money making. It's just a way to to promote. It's a scam, and so it's going up, and that's fantastic for that. Yeah, but honestly, it'll never. There's a guy named Sean Baker. Okay, now that guy's a medical doctor. Well, and I mean, he's against all this stuff too. I mean, that guy's pretty. I mean, he's a genetic guy. The guy's pretty damn strong for his age. The guy's 50 plus years old. There's very few men like this, right? Yeah, Sean Baker talks about Beyond Meat. Although I don't agree on eating just meat. That's what I don't agree. I agree on eating meat. I don't agree on eating just meat. I don't know what it is, people, but you know, some people can thrive on one thing. I've tried just doing that, and I don't thrive on meat alone. Right? I thrive on everything. So one of my solutions is that something has to give, right? I'm not gonna eat keto. I'm not gonna eat meat only. I'm not gonna not eat some vegetables. Some plant foods are good, not all are good. Eating fruits are good, right? I don't find people are gonna say fruits are no good, right? I say they are good, but you gotta balance it all out, and that's where the fasting comes in. So fasting becomes I call it say it it's a, and again you need to know how to do it too. So I'm not gonna get into the fasting. What I'm getting is that I experiment with all this stuff, and I have all this experience from 18 because I've been into an exercise from all the knowledge that's spewed to the people. And the only thing about the social media is that there are some people who know what they're talking about. There's not a lot, but there are. And it's about knowing what to find. And I'm very good at finding who's really good and who's not. And then I do experiment, right? You'd be surprised who knows what they're talking about compared to other. I mean, some medical doctors have no clue what they're talking about. They're about making this, people. Just like the FDA. What do you think? There's so much baloney out there, right? All I care about is, there are companies that are doing good, and there's so many ways to make money in a real and a good way. That's right. Meat meat's not the problem. I guarantee you that. Meat was never the problem. It was never the problem. The problem is all the look. They made lard. They try to replacing animal products with fake products, like margarine. People, it's like margarine. Like, listen, people, this Beyond Meat's no different than margarine, right? Butter is always going to be better than margarine, right? Margarine is a fake product that kills your health, right? Right? Buying meat in cans, like, they line it with a BP. People wonder why there's all this cancer. Well, cancer is caused by the frequency of eating, and then what's in some of the foods, right? So people eating canned foods, right? If I buy tuna, I'll buy it in glass, right? You can't compare glass is clean, right? You buy anything, you don't buy anything in cans. It's lined with something that can weaken your health, right? Over time, right? Artificial sweeteners, all these things are the problems that causing problems. Not the meat, but the other things that are in the food. So then, if a meat eater, if you're an eat meater and you're guzzling back all kinds of artificial sweeteners, how would you say that? How do you know if it's the meat or the artificial sweetener that's causing the problem, right? So I can tell you with authority that it's meat. Meat is not the issue because I felt the difference in my body. I honestly, people, how do I know? Okay, when you work out, right? You need power in your body, right? When I cut meat, it took some time, right? But I noticed, fuck, I'm not stronger. And I would always look for excuses, because I was in denial when I was doing vegetarian at one point in time. So I know from experience that it wasn't the meat. I thought it was the meat at the time, right? That's the way things were going, the information that was out there. I was like, yeah, maybe it's the meat. And I fell into that trap. But I was still eating natural foods, right? But I'm just saying I would cut the meat down. Oh man, I can tell you, downhill I went. I was still, my body was still able to look good still from it. But nowhere near as when I nowhere, not as good as the meat, not as good as the meat version. The meat came back in because I remember, I was stronger. Then I would blame age. See, I would look for things to blame, but it wasn't. As soon as I ate the meat, the strength returned. Yeah, that's right. BYND, margarine of meat. Yeah. Anyways, people, it's amazing. I get passionate trying to help people. Hopefully, I helped a few people in this live stream. It went, we went a little bit long. Have a good night, people.